Welcome, Gemini, to the Very Virgoan channel. My name is Veronica Virgo, and I'm here to give you your October 2022 monthly reading. A little bit about the cards I'll be using. This is a new favorite deck of Halloween style cards that are very much like a Tim Burton movie. They're just so much fun, and I've been holding on to them for a while to start using in October, so here we are. I'm also going to be using the the spell casting oracle cards that I used back in August, because there's no better time to do a spell than in October, right? And of course, I'll be finishing off with the tarot dice, as I always do. Now, let's get started with your reading, which will be a 5-card reading covering career, finances, health, love, and a little bit of advice, Gemini. So let's get started. We have the 9 of Imps. I've pulled Imps for every single reading I have done over the last 2 days. There are Imps everywhere. So let's see what yours represents. So in the career position, these Imps are recognizing a certain level of grit or resilience. They can even represent taking a stand for something. You've worked long and hard in your career. You are part of a team, and it may be that you are becoming the standout person, or conversely, you're the one who is shut out. He looks fairly satisfied, but at the same time, he's being watched. Everybody's checking him out. They're making judgments about him. So there may be something going on in your career where you're kind of feeling like you're the odd man or woman or person out, and that you're going to have to take a stand for yourself. You're going to have to take a position and say, this is why I chose to do this in the project, and blah, 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 or I'm, mad as hell and not going to take it anymore, and I need some folks to work with me because I'm feeling like I'm being shut out of the project, or, whatever, something along those lines. And I feel like it's going to be one or the other, right, for people out there. It's not just one thing. But let's see what the other cards say to kind of put that in conversation. Okay, so the Star card in your finances, well, that certainly bodes well. I haven't had a lot of major arcana over the last couple of days, so that's very nice. There's a certain amount of hope and rejuvenation going on here. So maybe even though you're feeling like you have been shut out or things aren't working, maybe this is after a recent bump in pay. So it's like, well, I'm making the money, but I still don't feel like I have the leverage that I need in this position. Or conversely, by taking that last stand that I was talking about earlier, then you're going to get a bump in pay, because people are watching you and they're like, you know what, we like his or her or their moxie, and we haven't been paying them enough. So again, one or the other, depending on who you are and what your position is. Let's see how that's affecting your health, Gemini. Okay, we've got the King of Imps here. Again, more Imps. The King of Imps, again, King of Wands. He's someone who is a leader. He's overcome a whole lot of challenges, which is why he's not really paying any mind to the cat and the salamander, or the person who works beside them, or anything really. He is beneficent, and he's overcome so many challenges that nothing really scares him or disturbs him. So in relation to your health, I kind of feel like that could be that because of your distraction with whatever's going on in this career and or finances, that maybe you're kind of not seeing what's going on around you health-wise. I mean, granted, this is a smiley devil, but there's a devil at your back. And if you don't look where you're going, you can step on a kitty, or maybe, I don't think salamanders or lizards are harmful, but, I guess it could have been in medieval times, right, when the tarot was created. But that's the only thing I can really see there, because, normally this is a positive card, but given the sort of complexity of that first card, and that it's in the same suit, and because the King of Wands also is about overcoming challenges and becoming a leader because of that, sometimes the leader can get so wrapped up in what they're doing, right? You become the leader, and now, you know, these people are serving you, that, you know, now you're burning the midnight oil, as it were, and losing track of your health. Let's see if love, your love card, adds any more to this conversation, Gemini. 10 of Bats. Wheel. The 10 of Bats is the same as 10 of Swords, and anyone who's gotten a reading before, pretty much, with this card anyway, pretty much knows that this is not a terribly positive card. But all cards can, you know, while they represent potentialities, they can be turned around. If you have foreknowledge, you can make things different, right? Given that this is in the position of love, and that we were just talking about this king possibly overlooking what's around him, and he's also looking away from the possible lover, your person may be feeling like they're shut out, and they may leave if you continue shutting them out. I think this also can relate to dreams, and that you're having a lot of strife in your dreams, and it may be a direct result of you being overwhelmed by work, even though you're making great money, and you're like, hey, well, I'm taking care of you. That's not really so much what your person is concerned about. They want you back. They want the old imp, not the new king of imps. So keep that in mind. If you are in a relationship, Gemini, that's something you want to take care of. Conversely, it could be yourself. It could be yourself. You know, I don't want to talk too much about gender, but since this is female and this is male, maybe you feel like the feminine, watery side of yourself has kind of gotten lost because you have to be so strong and virile and a leader, right? So make sure you get in touch with that. It may take some like contemplative baths. I mean, honestly, oh, my candle went out. Oh no, whatever will I do? All right, so let's take a look at your advice. It's funny, Taurus got this as well as for advice. So side-by-side signs. The Empress represents a luxury, like a beauty, a fertility, a creativity. It's a Venus card. It points to just all things of aesthetics and beauty. And I love that Elsa Lanchester's character is on this card. I mean, that actually bodes well for you. And I put it directly under the star because the money will start to pay for more luxurious things. And can make your surroundings quite lovely. But it's also important to remember that your health and your love life, if you are involved with anyone or wanting to be involved with anyone, is just as important. So make sure you take all three of these things into that sort of Empress energy and this idea of what constitutes luxury, okay? I had to give this same talk to Taurus. It's very interesting. If you're involved with a Taurus, or if you have Taurus rising or anything like that, I think this is particularly resonant for you, Gemini. Let's take a look at your spellcasting card. Okay, we have manifestation. Beautiful. Well, you are manifesting more money. So let's try to manifest a better love relationship and figure out how those two can work together. So let's take a look at your spell, Gemini. Here are the magical associations. Be careful what you wish for. Focus only on a positive outcome. Your goals are coming into being. A wonderful surprise awaits. Have patience. Your needs are always met. Here's the spell. Take a handful of seeds on a Thursday at sunrise during a full moon phase and say, early rise to greet the morn, wishes made upon the dawn. Goals, desires, place in seed, one for each and every need. Nurture growth until it's noon, giving thanks to sun and moon. Magic strong now to create all I wish to generate. So there you go. These are all facets of your life, right? Your work life, your financial life, your health, and your love, all of which work in tandem to make you a whole person. So it's important for you to remember to nurture each one of those elements. And if you literally want to take seeds outside and do this spell and then cast them to the wind or bury them, whatever feels more appropriate to you, then I say do that. Do that, Gemini. I think that would be a good exercise for you. All right, we have moon. It said that, what did it say? Moon's watching. Wait just a second, let me see what that said. Nurture growth until it's noon, giving thanks to sun and moon. So maybe you're more of a night person. This manifestation card is right there with the moon. So think about that in terms of your manifestation process, whatever that is. If it's writing things down, if it's doing affirmations, if it's making plans with others in collaboration, whatever that is, just keep that in mind. The moon and intuition. Okay, we got a Gemini here. If your partner is a fellow Gemini, very important that you pay attention to this part of the reading, the love and the health, in that you're intertwined, right? Geminis together, you're intertwined with the way you respond to each other, and you can see each other coming a mile away, and that you want to be not stressing each other out with that, and being very honest with each other and trying to foster that communication between you that's very, very genuine and very considerate, so that this negative outcome doesn't come. And honestly, I rolled this and I didn't see what it was, and then I touched it. So I'm going to roll it again, Gemini. Okay, it's a 1. Well, 1 is beginnings. And the way I see this is that you are the one that has to stand out or be different in order to affect this sort of change in your circumstances. Just remember that you're not the only one, right? It's okay if you are a single Gemini and you're not even dealing with a relationship situation. The 1 applies to you here in the Empress, and taking care of yourself and making your situation luxurious and comfortable for you. But if you're in a relationship, just remember, I'm not the only one in this situation. I hope that makes sense and doesn't seem too silly or precious. That's all I have for you tonight, Gemini. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube page. I will be back for the full moon and new moon readings. I also am going to be doing a Halloween night live tarot reading / costume party thing, so I would love to have you there. It's for subscribers only though, so keep that in mind. So thank you again, Gemini, and I will see you on the flip side.